Hi, welcome to Bike Wagon Community College. Today's course is Bicycle Anatomy 101. Let's start with the cockpit, shall we? You can call it a seat, but technical guys call it a saddle. This is the seat post. This is the seat post clamp. This is a brake lever and your shifter. This soft stuff is handlebar tape. Makes it nice and comfy. The last piece of the cockpit are the pedals, which are connected to the crankset, which consists of the crank arms and some chain rings. The crankset is connected to the frame by the bottom bracket, so it can spin around within the frame. The crankset moves the chain, and it goes through this front derailleur, which is what moves the chain from one chain ring to another. You go back to the back, a lot of people may refer to the cassette as the gears. And the gears are mounted on this rear hub, which is what the wheel turns around on. These are the spokes. These little pieces right here, they're called nipples. This is the tire, and this is the rim. Now this thing right here, this is the quick release skewer. It's basically the axle that the wheel turns around on. And this is what makes it quick release. This is your brake. It consists of your brake pads and your brake caliper, and is controlled by a brake cable, just like the shifters are controlled by a shifter cable. So when you pull the brake lever, it pulls the cable and squeezes the brakes. The front wheel is pretty much the same as the back wheel, it's just a lot simpler. You got your hub, your spokes, your nipples, your rim, your tire, and your brake right here. The front wheel connects to the bike with a fork. Now the fork consists of the dropouts, the blade, the crown, and a steer tube that runs through what's called a headset. The headset contains the bearings that allow the steer tube to turn, so you can turn your wheel. Now the fork connects to the handlebar with this little assembly right here. This is a stem. It sits over the steer tube and clamps down with a little thing called a stem cap. And the stem has a faceplate which clamps down over the handlebar. These things right here, these are just headset spacers. They help you achieve the perfect fit. The piece that holds it all together is the frame. The frame consists of the head tube, the top tube, the down tube, the seat stays, and the chain stays. Now a mountain bike is essentially the same with just a few key differences than that road bike we just had. The biggest difference is the suspension. Most modern mountain bikes have a suspension fork in the front, and full suspension bikes have a rear shock too. You'll also notice a flat handlebar with grips instead of tape, and more distinct brake levers and shifters. The last big difference you'll see on a lot of mountain bikes is the disc brakes. A disc brake caliper clamps down on a metal rotor attached to the hub to stop the wheel. Thanks for attending Bike Wagon Community College. For more guides and helpful videos, just click on the link below in the description.